All right, what's going on, everyone? I've got a review for the Odyssey. A little, a little overdue because I saw it last Wednesday night, the day before it premiered, and I just had to work a lot, so I kind of didn't really find time to make this review. But now that I'm off, I did my Avengers Doomsday trailer reaction, so go check that out. I was also debating just like not doing a review for the Odyssey, just because I was like, everyone knows it's good. Everyone's got enough praise for it. Everyone, there's plenty of reviews you could watch, more informed than mine. But I was like, I should just do it for the love of the game, just put it out there, maybe get some algorithm hits. So I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts on the movie. Obviously, directed, written by Christopher Nolan, one of the goats. Ludwig Göransson composed. He did Sinners, Black Panther, Oppenheimer. Pretty sure he's won Oscars for all three of those for composing, and he might get a fourth one with this movie because the score was definitely one of the standouts for this movie. There are a lot of scenes, especially like during the action, like it's loud, like it gets really loud. So I honestly could probably recommend bringing some like earbuds or something, or like some little foam buds, because there's some really loud drums and bass, and but it really locks you into the scene, especially some of the action scenes, some of the siege scenes, because obviously the movie takes place, it kind of jumps back and forth to show you some things like back in time. Like it'll be in the present where Tom Holland, who plays Telemachus, and Anne Hathaway, who plays Penelope, Odysseus's son and wife, they're at home. Odysseus has been away for like 26 years or something like that, and it'll cut between them and what they're got going on at home, and then Odysseus and his journey and him being with Calypso and all that stuff. And it really is centered mostly around those three. Obviously, and Robert Pattinson is Antinous, who's one of the main like suitors trying to take Penelope's hand in marriage. John Leguizamo plays Eumaeus, and he's in the movie quite a bit. So like those five people are like the main cast that they focus on, and it's good because I feel like in the trailer they show so many people, like Zendaya and Benny Safdie and all these other people, and John Bernthal. He's in it for quite a bit, not too much. It makes it seem like it's gonna be just like A-list fest, just like an A-list smorgasbord of just faces the whole time. But it's really not. Like Zendaya's in the movie for probably like 1 minute, like 2 minutes maybe. Charlize Theron's in the movie for like 5 milliseconds. Same with Lupita Nyong'o. All of the fake internet outrage about her. She's in the movie 2.5 milliseconds. Elliot Page as well. They did good in the movie for the little part they had. 0.74 milliseconds. They're in the movie. So yeah, any of the outrage you heard is fake. Probably just bots on the internet, trying to clout chase. But other than that, yeah, Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, John Leguizamo are the main cast essentially, and also Odysseus's crew. And I thought the CGI looked good, like the landscapes when they're on the ocean. Everything looked good. There wasn't really a moment where I was like, oh, that looks just like, oh, it's green screen. And I think that's just the quality, the standard quality that Christopher Nolan has, on anything he works on. Everything is going to be taken down to a T. Like, he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants it to look like. And obviously, if you're working with Christopher Nolan, you're going to give it your best. It's one of those things where people say, like, if their agent calls them and they're like, hey, Christopher Nolan, yes. If Christopher Nolan calls, you say yes. Yeah, the action scenes were all cool. There are quite a few of them, but also, it does take its time at some parts to, again, delve into the characters, delve into the struggle of Odysseus and how he's trying to get home and all this stuff he deals with. There are a couple like horror-ish scenes in the movie which are cool. Obviously in the trailer you see the Cyclops cave. There is another one involving some animals, but I'm not going to give it away because it's just a crazy scene to see for the first time. And hopefully I'm going to try to see it again this week because I really want to get my thoughts locked down. And I want to see it in the 70 millimeter screening because I saw it in just like standard when I watched it. But yeah, when I walked out of this movie, I was like, that movie was awesome. Like, again, the score, the action, the set pieces, the monsters, the monster designs, because I read the Odyssey, like, I think you read it in like high school, like freshman, sophomore year. So it's been a little bit since I read it, but when I was watching it, a lot of it was flooding back to me. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember most of this stuff. And the way it's translated works perfectly. One of my only main complaints is like why Travis Scott is in the movie. Like of all people who could have played that part. Again, he's in it for like 42 halves of a millisecond, but just considering the stuff that he's done and his getting people killed at his concert and whatever, whatever. But I'm just like, I don't know why he was in the movie, but one of the few complaints I had for the movie. Another complaint probably would be the sound. I do get why it had to be that loud at times to really lock in, show the tension of everything that's going on. But also, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna go deaf watching this movie. So yeah, maybe bring some little ear pups to pop in there for some of the scenes. But other than that, I feel like the audio was good. You could hear the dialogue. It was just those main like big crescendo kind of score scenes. The ending I thought was dope. It's got a nice big action set piece at the end, and it kind of has like an Oppenheimer esque ending where like Oppenheimer it ends with him having a realization about like what he's contributed to the world and stuff like that. And Odysseus kind of has the same thing where it's kind of just him, thinking back on his choices and the stuff that him and his people have done to other people and whatever, whatever. So it's a nice like introspective kind of thing, but obviously it's a 3 hour movie, so there's a whole lot more to that I won't even get into, but it is worth seeing in the theater. You probably should see it in the theater. I imagine most people who did want to see it have seen it because it's like at like 130 million domestically and like double that worldwide. So I think it'll probably hit a billy like easily. And if I had to rate the movie, I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. There was some little things that kind of keep it from being perfect, but I think overall an outstanding movie. Like Christopher Nolan, he's one of the goats, especially after like Tenet, where people were like, kind of iffy on it, and then Oppenheimer just came back strong. This is a really good follow up, and I hope within his next few movies he does another fantasy esque type movie. Maybe he dabbles into some horror, and yeah, another banger from Christopher Nolan. So let me know down below. Did you see the Odyssey? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Hit the like button, subscribe. Peace.